Yo, you are right in the middle of it. You're right in the middle of it. And that's the whole purpose of this video. And I know it's been a while since I've been back. And for those of you that are new to the channel, my name is Duno Clanor Duno, pronounced like the game Uno, but with a D in front of it. But you're right in the middle of it. Now, I'm sure if you watch some of my old content, you'll know that this is a new setup, right? New setup, new location, sick. My instruments are in the background, and yeah, I mean, I appreciate this new setup. Honestly, I'm honestly grateful that I'm able to have this new setup, and the reason I say you're right in the middle of it is I really want you to understand that the reason why you haven't gotten to where you want to get yet is because you're right in the middle of it, and everything that you thought was gonna happen because let's say, for example, you go to the gym because you think it's going to help you attract more people, or you go to the gym because you want to get bigger, you go to the gym because you want to look more powerful, you want to be stronger, whatever your reason is, right? Maybe you just go to the gym to clear your head. Well, guess what? Everything you think is going to happen after you get to that dream physique is going to happen, but not in the way that you think it's going to happen. The reason I say that is because you can start to see my gains. If you're still watching this video, thank you very, very much. Um, but you can start to see my gains, right? Like through a hoodie, which is amazing to me, right? And I'm not after just size. I care about the aesthetics. I care about how I look, because I want to look powerful. I want to look strong. I want to look good. I want to look good if I'm not wearing anything either, right? But all seriousness is one of the main reasons that I got in the gym. And this video is going to take a few turns, but if you do watch this entire video, I do want to really string the point home of why you're right in the middle of it. And so, one of the reasons that I started going to the gym was to look good and for women as well. And along the way, it just started to become about discipline for me. It just started to become about building a stronger mindset. Like for me right now, it's about building a much stronger mindset. Like I want a more strong, a more powerful mindset of just mental. I want more mental will and more, not resilience, but like, and it's not motivation or determination. It's just like, I want to be able to fight any type of negative urge or distraction that comes in my way, right? I want to be able to keep saying no, right? And be able to say no a lot more, a lot longer, right? And what I've realized is the fact that I forgot that part of it was for women, right? I've started just becoming more attractive, right? Not in terms of my face, right? Because you're born with your face, right? Sure, you can get surgery and do whatever you want to do. Um, but what drove this point home for me today, and it's been happening more recently, is I've been getting approached, you know. And if you're a woman watching this video, you probably may understand it if you're a woman who rarely gets approached. But getting approached as a guy is kind of a phenomenon. It doesn't really happen unless you're a guy who does get approached, which is great, amazing, great for you. But I'm a guy who doesn't really get approached. Now, sure, do I have a good personality? Am I a good talker, smooth talker, yada yada? Yeah, of course. But my physique and the way I walk and I talk, that stuff has started attracting more people into my life, which has been amazing because I never expected it to happen like this. I expected it to happen in the future, right? Younger Duno. And I guess this is the future. I was just not expecting it to be this future right now. I was expecting it to be like, way in the future. And it brought me to a realization today as I was talking to my boy. I was like, yo, like, we're right in the middle of everything that we're going after. And it's amazing because, like, I wanted a sick setup. And to me, this is a sick setup. And I know it's going to get even more sick in the future, right? And as I'm growing, as businesses fail, as, I lose clients, I gain new clients, etc., with everything that's going on, I realize that I am here because of the skills that I've built. I am not at the dream destination because I'm still lacking in certain skills that I'm actively building, right? Like to me, compared to all of my skills and everything else that I'm able to do, sales is still one of the skills that I really, really need to be more dominant in. And not just Zoom sales, but picking up the phone and dialing. And to me, that is the next skill that I really, really want to just become an absolute master in, because I know that that skill will take me to the next level. Why? Because the largest deal I've closed was 35 grand. I want to close larger deals. I don't want to just close large deals up front. Well, no, not up front. I want to say I don't want to just close large deals over time. I want to close those deals up front, and I want to do them more. You know, like now I can train a team. I can train a setting team. I can train somewhat of a decent sales team, right? Pretty good at systems integrations and operations, and just making sure that everybody does what they need to do so that the whole machine can move as a whole. I'm a lot better at marketing now. I'm a lot better at ads. You know, I'm getting, for some of my clients, I get leads for, less than $5 right now for some of my clients. And that's amazing because I know that I can take that skill set to another industry and do great with it. Why? Because it's a skill that I'm now building. It's another skill that I've acquired, right? And so I'm just stacking skills and stacking skills and stacking skills because now my mentality around all of this and all of my goals have shifted. I know I'm right in the middle of everything that I want. And what I mean by that is like, oh no, I'm not saying like, hey, yeah, I've got the sexy car and all that stuff. No, I'm saying I'm right in the middle of getting to the car, of getting to the penthouse, of getting to all the other things on my list. Why? Because I'm right now focusing on just skills. Regardless of the situations, I am focusing on the skills because I've realized that you need all the attributes, right? Kind of like a video game. You need the points, you need the attributes in order to continue to grow, right? Like and it's an infinite game, right? For those of you that know Alex Hormozy, the infinite game. Business is the infinite game. You fail, you fail, you fail, you fail, you succeed. You fail, you fail, you fail, you succeed. You fail, you fail, you fail, you succeed. And I've thought about doing a lot of different things, a lot of different businesses. Still to this day, I still think about doing a lot of different businesses. But now I'm learning to say no. Even certain types of clients, I'm learning to say no, that I will not work with this person because I understand what a good client is, what a bad client is. And I may still make the mistake of understanding what a good and a bad client is. But as I create content, as I help other people create content, right now we have a community of over 800 people, right, that we're helping in the social media space, in the marketing space. And it's honestly crazy because I've worked with close to over 1,000 people at this point, right? Just trying to make it all shiny for marketing, right? Like I've worked with 400 plus clients. I've now grown a community with over 800 people that I'm helping with training, marketing training, content training, social media training, messaging training, offer training, all that stuff, right? So that's over 1,000 people that I've helped. And I have my subscribers on YouTube that I've helped as well. Honestly, I could say if I really wanted to spruce up myself and my marketing, etc., I could say I've helped over 70,000 people, right? Which is all my followers on social media, right? Like, imagine, right? Like, I could just say, yo, I've worked with over 70,000 people. But no, that's marketing, right? Like for those of you guys that don't understand marketing, like marketing is a game of making everything look more shiny than it actually is. I don't do a lot of that. I don't really want to do that. But I understand that at some point I will, depending on what type of offer I'm making. Yeah, I've helped over 70,000 people. It's not a lie. because they follow me for one way or another, one reason or another. They've gotten a tip from my content. They've gotten a unique perspective from my content, and they followed me, and they probably used it, saved it for something, right? So it's not a lie. But no, I want you to really understand that it's really about skills. And you may see this amazing setup. To me, it's amazing, right? To you, you might say, "Yeah, I don't like this. I would have put that there." This is me, right? I'm a musician. I play the instrument. I play the alto sax. I play the tenor sax. There's more saxophones. In the future, I'm gonna have all of them in the background. Maybe not in this space, but and you got the little. You guys have probably recognized this. I'm gonna continue to bring that until I no longer want to bring that to any new location. But I've got the books, the little bookshelf. I've got my whiteboard back there, and it's like a video game. All of this is like a video game. You need the skill sets. You need more points. You need more side quests. And I'm honestly glad that I haven't made it, right? Like, to me, I have not made it. So I'm glad I have not made it yet, because the experiences that I had, the people I've met in the last 6 years, right? Like, I've got one 10-figure person in my network. I think I have more that I don't know of. But these people that I'm meeting, these people that I'm working with, I'm only 22. I turned 23 in like 2 months, 3 months. It's November, December, January. Yeah. So in 3 months, I turned 23. Right. And it's crazy. Time flies. Only this year have I truly, and I might even say this in the future as well, but me right now is saying that this year has been the year where I've you always know this, right? Like, I've always known that time flies, right? Like, time goes by like that. But this year has been the year where I'm like, yo, time flies. Like, time just flies. Like, it just flies. And when you understand that, you start to work differently, right? Like, I view things differently now in terms of time, in terms of how I try to value my time. And I'm still working on that, because obviously I still procrastinate a lot of times. And I don't want you to think that I don't make mistakes, because I love making mistakes. I hate making mistakes at the same time, but I do love making mistakes at the same time. Because I am someone who is a perfectionist, but I'm not the perfectionist that just wastes time. I'm the perfectionist that makes sure that what I'm doing is quality, and not quality in the sense like, oh yeah, it just looks good, but it functions as well. Like, I build websites for some of my clients, and they absolutely love the websites. Why do they love the websites? Because I make sure they are great. Duh. And I make sure that they actually function. They get leads from their website. Like, you don't want a website that's just pretty. You want a website that actually gets you results. And my websites end up getting results for them. But all this is to say that you're in the middle of all of it. Everything you're dreaming of, everything you're thinking about. I think I'm back again in terms of content. I know it's like I do sprints, then I stop. I do sprints, then I stop. I'm trying to just do a marathon of content where I don't stop the content, but things just come up where I stop content for a while, and then you guys see me come back, and I'm in a new location, right? It's one of those things where you disappear for 6 months and then you come back, and you disappear, right? Yada yada. But this video has just been one of those videos. There was no real structure to it. Like, I'm not trying to make sure this video gets a ton of views or anything like that. I'm just making this video to let you guys kind of just see what I've been up to. And when I say see what I've been up to, I just mean like see where things are at. Don't worry guys, I haven't made it yet, right? And I'm glad that these lessons that I've taken these last couple of years, especially for those of you that have been following me from day one of social media content, of social media videos. Content, because I didn't start creating videos until like a year or two later. So I started on Snapchat, then TikTok, YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, right? Like, And my brand isn't consistent, right? It's not consistent. I don't have the same thing on LinkedIn, Facebook, YouTube. Yeah, I'm not doing all of that right now. I need to fix that up, and kind of tweak it a little bit so that I have one unique message with my stuff. The reason I don't is because honestly, I've worked with so many different types of people, so many different types of businesses. Yes, there's one type of business that I really want to focus on, but at the same time, a lot of times I gotta prove like, oh, somebody's in this industry. Well, I gotta showcase to them like, hey, I have proof that I've worked in your industry. So if I made one type of content speaking to one type of character, I don't know how that would benefit me. But then again, it's an interesting concept. You know, it's an interesting thing that I've been trying to piece together. Is how can my content speak to the people that I really want to work with, especially since I don't want to limit myself to one type of business, but I also understand that that is one of the best ways to grow. Um, but yeah, you know, just expect to see more content from me. You know, everybody's talking about the winter arc for whatever. I don't. My winter arc is just up here, turning this into a bulletproof. Nothing can go wrong. Um, and not nothing can go wrong. Let me rephrase that. Turning into a bulletproof into where I can say no a lot more and stay really, really focused. Because I tend to get distracted, and distractions are great sometimes. It's good to take your foot off the gas sometimes, but I really want to make sure that I keep my foot on the gas as long as possible. More opportunities are coming, right? And they keep showing up every single day. And the number one thing I keep learning is that being able to say no to these opportunities, being able to say no to certain roads, certain clients, certain clientele, certain people, women, um, it's good because it allows you to stay focused. Even with marriage and stuff like that, I'm starting to understand why a lot of the super, super successful guys, they say, hey, get married young or get married as soon as possible. Now, a lot of you are probably against that. Yeah, that's fine. Um, I'm not against it, but if you know, I'm not saying I'm. How do I say this? I'm not against marriage because I understand what role it plays. And hey, if I find wifey and I become a billionaire, shit, was it worth it? um, but you know, it's been a learning journey, and I'm glad for all these lessons. They keep piling on, and you know, it's honestly great. And I'm I never stopped running forward, and I'm gonna keep running forward. You know, so stay tuned, guys. Stay tuned for more. Hopefully, you guys haven't been hearing the background audio um, throughout the video, but yeah, this has been kind of a dry video, but it's to give you guys an update and to help you guys really just kind of understand that you're right in the middle of it. You're right in the middle of everything that you're going after, but only if you're continuing to push forward and you're continuing to do the work. And like this right here, it's earned. You know, we don't cheat. This is earned. You want it. You know you want this, but you're slacking. You know you want these gains, but you're slacking. Why are you slacking? Hmm? Why are you slacking? Stop slacking. Why are you slacking? You know you want these gains. You know you want these gains. You know you want these gains. Um, of course, it's my genetics too that play a role in these gains. I'm not mad about it. I'm not gonna complain about it. You know, I wasn't born in a rich family. I could complain about that, right? like, um, I used to be the kid with a skinny body, big head. So, you know, to no longer be the skinny body with a big head is amazing, honestly. Still got a big head, but now, you know, the physique is accommodating to that. Um, and to be honest, I'm all the bullying, right? It was great because nothing really affects me in terms of jokes or hate comments or things like that. So it's honestly great. Like I'm 22, turning 23 3 months, and I don't regret one thing that I've done. I've had crazy accidents, lots of bad things happen. And I'm not rich yet. You know, I'll be honest, I'm not rich yet, right? Um, and it's right around the corner. You know, I'm not gonna tell you when I'm rich, but there'll be signs. There'll be signs. Yeah. So I think that's how I'm gonna end this video. I'm not gonna leave out on some like, yeah, it's, hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. If you're new to this channel, but yeah, drop a like, whatever you can do for this video. I don't expect to get a ton of views on this video. I don't expect a ton of likes. Probably I should have gotten a haircut before I got this video. But I'll see you guys on the next one.